Welcome to Hive AV. This tutorial will review at the Atlas BlueBridge DSP and setting up all the audio controls under activities on the Hive Touch. Let's begin with our panel. I already have some stuff set up here, but what I don't have is the BlueBridge DSP IP address. And this is what will be needed in order for us to connect to it and control it. You're most likely going to need to have an Atlas BlueBridge DSP so that you can test all of this. And I have one right here. And you're going to want to use the BlueBridge Designer 2 software. You can see that right there. Not one, but two. That's very important. And you can see my IP address right here, 127. Great. Now we made our connection. Next, we're going to want to set up audio. You can see we have BlueBridge right here. Now the way that this works is a little more than complicated. It's very complicated. But I'm going to walk you through all of it. It's not really complicated on the Hive AV side, but more on the BlueBridge side. What each of these fields is looking for is a hex string that comes from the DSP. And from that string, a very complicated checksum, we will calculate a minimum and a maximum. And we'll also calculate speaker mute on and off and mic mute on and off. Let's take another look at the BlueBridge. So you'll want to first start with your program. And here we have a program that's already been pre-built. And what you need to do is basically the control points, you need to save them. And I believe it's under right here, device third-party control elements. And you can see I have a bunch of different control elements set. And the ones that we're going to focus on are the room matrix levels and the mic mute levels. And you can see here I have all these set. This is how, let me show you how to set them. You have to set them while it's in design mode. And then you have to save those changes and then load it to the device itself. So in design mode, you'd pick whatever level you'd want. And I'll pick something that I haven't added yet, and I'll just show you how to add it. You'll select it by pressing Control. And you can see it's outlined now. Now when I right click it, I can create third-party control object name. And we'll just call this test. And this is our mute, and we'll just do a test, control name. And now you can see it has a little dot next to it. I already built these for mic mutes as well as for the room matrix switch matrix as well. And you can see for levels and for mutes. So I already have everything set. Now what I'll have to do is I'll have to connect. Let's pretend that I loaded that to the device. It's already loaded. And so you would take that project, you would load it to the device, and then all those control points would already be set up for you. At this point, you're going to want to go in and you're going to want to find those levels that are already set. And then you'll again want to hit that control key and click display native controls. And then you're going to want to select this. And this is very important. No control C. You have to hit copy. It's a bug on their software. Over here, you can do a control V and paste. Thank God, because this would be very hard to fat finger in. And here you can adjust the level, right? I'm going to make this 15. I'm going to make this -50. and I'll make this 5. Okay, now that it's saved, I can just simply test it right here if I want, right? So all the way almost to the end. And it should give us some value close to 5. Oh, look at that, 3.4. Let's go to the middle somewhere. Oh, negative 269. Again, why did I change these minimum and max values? Well, negative 100 is not audible to the human ear. And 15, the max amount output, might be too much for the speakers. The human ear wants 70 dBs, not 100. So adjusting these levels gets us closer to the human ear, and then it gives also the finger a whole lot more room to navigate this slider and to really adjust that perfect level. So that's the reason why you'd want to change the minimum and max levels from their defaults. Okay, let's finish this with the speaker mute now. Again, click and left click and control, right click, display, select, copy, paste, control V. You can use it here. And again, it doesn't matter the state of the speaker mute. That it doesn't matter. It will calculate the on and off from whatever you give it. Right? So I could easily have given it a pressed value or enabled or disabled value, and it'll figure out the other one. That's the great thing about what we build here. Let's take a look at the mic mute. Select, copy, Control V, paste, and look at that. Now we have full control. Nice little slider, nice little mute. I'm going to see my mute is muted. It's unmuted. Disabled. Enabled. Okay. If all you need is audio control for the DSP, we're done here, right? But say you need a preset, right? You want to recall a preset on the BlueBridge DSP. Well, we have two presets that can call presets, right? We have the power preset. You'd be able to put in a string here, right, if I wanted to. You have a BlueBridge right there. I'm not going to do that, but that's one option. We're going to do presets from here. And this will put the presets up at the top line and make it really easy for combining and dividing rooms, let's just say. And that's the presets that I actually built. So we'll come in here and we'll call this room combine, right? And then we're going to come in here and select our BlueBridge. Well, let's also change the icon. We'll say combine is that way. We'll make divide the other. Okay, now I need a string down here. So let's take another look at our BlueBridge program, right? You're going to want to go back to project view. You see where I'm in design mode. And this is where you'd want to create a bunch of presets, right? And I created several. You can kind of see them right here. And when I come down, now the issue with the presets is that you cannot call them directly. What you need to do is call them indirectly using a separate button. or buttons, right? And so you basically can trigger these values, and they're control point values, right? And so each one of these is going to recall our presets up there, right? And according to whether the door is open or closed. And you can see here's our control value right there. And so essentially, we're going to copy that same string in to trigger the actual preset that these are connected to, right? Sorry about that. Long pause. I was just kind of looking everything over. Anyway, back to what we're looking at. Uh, this is more of an example than reality. Just kind of show that these are a third party. Really, we'd want something that switches these in a different way. But for now, we have these saved, so let's just use them. And you'll see what I mean. So let's return to our actual project. I can go to Network View, and you can see here we're connected. And I would just use one of these, right? And I would just do that, display control string, and the same as before. Just hit that copy button, and then you come over here and just paste. Yep. And press X to close. I can just hit this. We'll call this divide. And say this other one is divide, even though it's not. I think I actually got them backwards, but it doesn't really matter. And we'll do the same thing with this. Select, copy. I did Control A to select everything and then paste. That's the easiest way. X to save. And now we got our presets. So now we have full audio control and the ability to call presets on the DSP. And that gets us pretty much all the control that we need. And you can use this for a lot of different use cases. This was originally built for actual divisible space, and that functionality and feature set carries through to our Hive sync and then and some other features that are actually still under development. Thanks once again for your time.